What do we want?
Status quo!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Status quo!
When do we want it?
Now!
My name is Joey, and I came here in Canada in 2016. I myself is a care worker and an organizer with Migrant Workers Alliance for Change, which is a member of Migrant Rights Ontario, Migrant Rights Network Ontario. I know many of you are here struggling. I've been in your shoes, you know. I haven't seen my kids for almost 8 years now, and I wasn't eligible to apply for PR for many years, and it took us years to fight for the right to apply for PR, and years to wait for the decision. And it's not only me. There's thousands of us, right? I had to show that I have high levels of education just to apply for permanent residence. This is so unfair. There's a lot of us. Shame! Today, I have my status. Although it took me years to fight for my status, I am still here fighting for all migrant workers to have our status, to fight for our right to have status. I work with a lot of migrant care workers who are all either waiting for their decisions or who have lost their status because of this unfair system. Before we begin today, I want to acknowledge that we are on the territories of Mississaugas of the Credit. These lands that have been defended by the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, cared for by the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples. We have the collective responsibility as settlers, as guests, as visitors, along Indigenous people to take care of the land. And that is why we want you to join the march for the land on September 27 at noon at Grange Park. We need all of us to join in solidarity with the Land Alliance of 5 First Nations that are marching to end unwanted mining activity on their territories. We stand in solidarity and unity with our Indigenous community, our migrant workers community, our Black Lives communities, immigrants, refugees, migrant international students, our allies, our friends from all across the country, standing together to fight for justice and equality. We are fighting for permanent resident status.
That's right, Joey. That's right. What are we fighting for? What are we fighting for? What are we fighting for? Woo-hoo! What an incredible turnout today, fighting for status on this day. And it's so important that we're here today because the government needs to hear us loud and clear. My name is Dina and I'm with the Workers Action Center. Our organization is part of the Migrant Rights Network, which is an organization across the country where we have so many actions today fighting for status for all. Fighting for status for all. Every day at the Workers Action Center, we support migrants and undocumented workers who are dealing with wage theft, exploitation, and discrimination. Employers know that they can pay people below minimum wage or not even pay them at all. Shame. And that's just because people have precarious immigration status and they Naturalization Program that grants permanent residency to all undocumented people who already live here, and then ensure permanent status for all migrant students, workers, and families. Let's get it done! 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 Woo-hoo! We want that promise kept. I don't know about you, but I'm sick of broken promises. We want him to keep his promise. We want Justin Trudeau to make sure that we have status for everyone. He could put regularization on the cabinet agenda this week. He could announce the program this week if he wanted to. Justin Trudeau, do not delay. Let's get it done. 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 Everyone knows this is the right thing to do. Over 500 organizations from across the country have signed on to support Status for All. This action today is in 15 cities. We have over 200 now. We have over 200 organizations. And last week, the United Nations Rapporteur on Contemporary Forms of Slavery asked Canada to give permanent residency. And I know you know it. Do you all agree? That everyone deserves permanent status? Right on. Now, we have to make sure that tomorrow, when all those politicians go back to work in Ottawa after their long holiday, that they hear it too, right? We want to make sure that they've heard from thousands of us that this is something that there is so much support for across the country. Now, every one of you got a flyer today. Raise it up. You guys have got a flyer today from our organizers. On it is a QR code and our website, statusforall.ca. I want you to take a moment, scan the QR code, or go to Status for All and send an email. Even if you've done it before, do it again. Do it again, because we want to make sure all of those cabinet ministers and the Prime Minister hear us loud and clear, right? Because we are fighting for... What are we fighting for? Right on. And we are committed to this struggle. Are we going to give up? No! We're not going to give up. Have they heard the last of us? Absolutely. We are fighting and we're not going to give up. And here's Joey.
We are fighting for regularization for all undocumented people, which is part of a fight for status for all migrants, including workers, students, and refugees. Now, let's all welcome our first speaker, who is, her name is Lourdes de la Peña. She is a former mushroom farm worker and an organizer with Migrante Ontario. Let's all welcome Lourdes.
The people united will never be defeated. The workers united will never be defeated. Will never be defeated.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lourdes de la Peña, and I am an organizer of Migrante Ontario. I am here to share my personal story of facing workplace discrimination, racism, and exploitation in the hope that it can shed light in our collective struggle. In December 2012, I arrived in Canada on a work visa. However, due to illicit activities of a recruitment agency run by Jeanette Mosquito, I lost my legal status. Consequently, I have been compelled to take a low-paying jobs with no benefits, endure long hours, work in hazardous conditions, and even face abuse while employed in a mushroom farm and now at a meat factory. Along the way, I have encountered other undocumented workers who have also experienced exploitation. In addition to work challenges, I have been separated to my families for more fibroids. Regrettably, I lack access to health care and must cover the expenses for my medical checkups. Many of us undocumented workers grapple with fatigue, sleepless night, and emotional distress as we navigate the difficulties of deteriorating health and unjust circumstances. Despite my hard work, I have been denied basic human rights, including sick leave and overtime pay. Additionally, I have faced prejudice and discrimination, with many wrongly perceiving me as a criminal or a burden to a society simply because I am an undocumented worker. This degrading treatment is both unjust and dehumanizing. Living without legal status has made us feel helpless and vulnerable. We live in fear, unable to perform even routine tasks like buying groceries. We anxiously respond to the unregistered phone calls, and even a single knock on our door, it gives chills to us, as we fear that it might be a CBSA or a police coming to arrest for us. Shame! This is wrong and we need it to stop. We're not here to steal anyone's jobs or cause problem. We want a fair chance to live and work in Canada without the constant fear of being mistreated or taken advantage. We are not asking for special treatment. We're asking for the government to create a fair way for undocumented workers to become permanent residents so we can live and work here without fear. Everyone, no matter where they came from, deserves the right to live in peace and to be with their families. We're asking Prime Minister Trudeau to honor his commitment to help undocumented workers, create better programs for the international students, and increase the number of humanitarian and compassionate ground applicants. Every migrant worker should have the chance to become a permanent resident. Equal right dictates that everyone's immigration status should be treated the same. All migrants workers should be granted permanent status and full access to their rights. We urgently need this change.